Hi, my name's Tiago. I work with integration team as an Azure integration developer, and I've been this year in Azure Lowlands. Azure Lowlands is actually it's a very nice and very well organized, let's say, gathering of Microsoft Azure lovers. Not only integration, but it's all about Microsoft Azure, .NET development, APIs, functions, whatever that Microsoft Azure has to offer. It's as I said in the beginning, it's very well organized. I found it that the also not pulling a little bit to our side, but one of our companies, our sister company in Holland, organized it, IAC Netherlands. They were one of the sponsors, and we had a booth in the showroom. It's an amazing showroom. I gotta say, it was really fun to be there. The companies that were there, they take advantage of that showroom to promote themselves very well. So I had a lot of contact with companies that not only integration do, but they do all over Microsoft technologies. They work with all over Microsoft technologies in regards to Azure. So yeah, it was a really nice event to connect with them. As I said, they do a lot of promotion themselves. They promote themselves very well. We had a lot of goodies. At a certain moment, it was hard to keep everything in the same bag. A lot of entertainment as well from the organization, which is nice in between sessions. And this year, I gotta say that in regards to the sessions, and I guess in regards to the whole Lowlands organization, the big focus was on AI, because AI is the big new thing that is rising in the IT world. In the showroom, I had great connection with not only colleagues from our sister company, because we already know a little bit about each other, which was really nice to be there with them in the booth and connect again and see them in their home country and seeing them with some people that they knew there, but also connecting with other companies, connecting with colleagues from other companies. I had some LinkedIn connections that I've made that it might be that in the future we might help each other. In regards to the sessions, they were very well prepared. They very well organized. The rooms were amazing. I gotta say that the location was Het Fabriek in Utrecht. The rooms for the sessions were very well planned. And I managed to be in about 7 sessions. I tried to find sessions that had to do something, some meaning for integration, because that's our core business, of course. Some of them were interesting, some of them were already a bit basic for a person who works already a couple of years in integration. And that's one, I think, one of the negative points I have to say about this conference. It's that some of the intermediate sessions that I've seen there, they were a bit too basic. They said they were intermediate, but they were a bit too basic. Nevertheless, the speakers were very well informed. They knew what they were doing, and they were amazing. One of the cool things they did was a keynote. The speaker was a well-known developer from the UK. They even had a concert from the Roller Boys. I think they are one of the participants or winners of the Got Talent UK. So we had a sort of an hour and a half keynote special event, sort of like Microsoft Apple style, which was a high note, with a high point of Azure Lowlands. Was fun. It was a bit of comedy in between as well. So not too serious, let's say, but it was very interesting. On those sessions that I've seen, managed to learn a couple of things, not in all the sessions that I've been, of course, because as I said, some of them are a bit too basic, so some things that I've already learned. But I found one very interesting was about Azure Data API Builder, which is a very, very easy way to build APIs, very quick way to connect to a database and build APIs. Very interesting for whoever works in integration world. And another one is about the former Azure AD B2C. Now I'm going a bit technical for whoever knows about these terms. Azure AD B2C, that Microsoft changed it to now it's Microsoft Entra External ID, which Microsoft made it easier to create your own applications and make your own login tenant, which that was really, really cool. And I think it has a lot of applications nowadays with all the applications, small applications for phone and computer being built. And it's a way to connect, to allow external users to actually create their accounts. So it was really, really interesting. It was a small session, about 30 minutes, but it was very informative. That was one of my favorites. I talked about the keynote. The keynote was not, let's say, was about the IT biggest mistakes, was not about learning, was actually about more informative and comedic. As I say, the presenter was very comedic along the way, but it was more informative on how not to do things and to avoid some of the biggest mistakes that make companies lose millions. And of course, you can always play around, you can always laugh about those things, but it's always very, felt like an awareness session. Why is it important actually to be on these events, on these let's say gatherings of IT people? Because this is what it is. It was a gathering of, let's say, Microsoft Azure lovers and companies. First of all, one of the things that I found it very nice is the connection that you find with other developers, some things that you can discuss while you're in sessions, and after the sessions you find people with the common interests, and you can actually ask for some advice if you have some, and you find some people that share the same interests, of course. And but also, it's, as I said, you will not learn on all the sessions that you've been, but at least you learn something. At least you see something that you never used, and you might find the utility for that, which I really find it's a high valuable thing for us ITs, not only integration, but .NET developers like some other colleagues that work in the integration team. I always try to find, even if it's a 50% takeaway of information, to use it in a real application, in a real client that we have. And yeah, that's always a plus point. Of course, there's always the fun part that it's also nice to connect and have the music, food, and all the fun stuff around it, all the goodies that you get. But I guess we first need to focus on the knowledge, and then fun, let's say. The first one was a good presentation from Code to Cloud, about GitHub. That a person from GitHub talked about a lot about GitHub and GitHub Copilot, again, AI. The second one was that API, Azure Data API Builder, which I believe that it's very, very good to use in a real life situation. And the third one would be the Microsoft Entra External ID, because I guess it's a very, very powerful tool when creating applications for clients to allow audiences to log into your application in a secure and safe way. Those are three sessions that I found very, very interesting. That one of them more technical, and two of them to be applied in real life situations in our integration world, I think. And in terms of conclusion, I think it was a really nice conference. I would advise my colleagues at least to go there once and to connect with everyone. I gotta say, I connect with a lot of people. I learned some things. I gotta say thank you to CBX, and in particular to integration team, of course, to allowing us, not only me but all my colleagues, to attend these conferences. And this is very, very important to us and very insightful to us. And yeah, I think that it was a very, very interesting day to be there.